Tonight on KillerTube, we're cracking open the skull of extreme metal itself. I'm sitting down with Matt, the raw behind Cryptopsy, the Canadian death metal dealers who have been preaching blast beats into the void for over 3 decades. They're storming back into Australia for the first time since 2016 and dragging An Insatiable Violence across the Pacific like a sonic plague. So buckle up, breathe in, and let's dive headfirst into the beautiful madness. Matt, thank you so much. How are you, mate?
I'm doing great, Chris. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to return to Australia. It has been far too long.
Yes.
I tried to do it a few years ago. It didn't pan out. So when it worked out this time, very excited.
Yeah, well, look, it's been almost a decade since you were out here last. What are you most looking
Absolutely.
forward? Yeah, what are you most looking forward to coming back out in December?
I have fond memories of the crowds being crazy. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most is bringing this modern era Cryptopsy. We've aged like a fine wine.
Yeah.
The lineup is far more, we're the same lineup, the same 4 dudes. We've grown together. We've built up a stronger bond, a stronger on-stage dynamic, and I'm excited to share that with the voracious Australian crowds very, very soon.
Yeah. Now, there is so much new material since you guys were here last. What can fans expect from the set list this time round?
Absolutely. Well, we are celebrating and honoring the legacy of the 30th anniversary of None
Yes.
So Vile. So there will be a lot of None So Vile. There will not be, I'll say it right now and here for everyone, much to people's disappointment. It will not be the full album because, as you mentioned, we have released a lot of content, a lot of material, a lot of music
Yeah.
in the past 10 years with dropping 2 full-length albums within a very short period of time with As Gomorrah Burns in 2023 and our newest endeavor, An Insatiable Violence that came out this past June via Season of Mist. So we want to showcase the new era of Cryptopsy while honoring the legacy that is None So Vile. So we will be playing the majority of None So Vile because first off, we love it
Yeah.
and it's a special occasion. 30 years, come on. But there's going to be a lot of new stuff with a lot of None So Vile.
All
And
right.
a little peppering of blasphemy made flesh, even, which we just added it. We just added it. We were like, it's too short. So let's add a blast.
Hey, you
We
got
added a
to
blasphemy made flesh
sprinkle that
song.
little bit extra in there.
A little sprinkle of Jeffrey Dahmer induced lyrical content.
I love it. Now, you guys' shows are super intense. How do you personally prepare to like, go on stage?
We've been diving. We toured with Carnifex, and every time you tour with a band, you get inspired by them. You see how other bands function. It's like living in someone else's house. It's like when you visit one of your friends, and they have this piece of furniture or this way of preparing a dish, and you come home, and then you're like, let's try it out my way. So what we've taken in recently from Carnifex is that they do a power hour. And I'm sure that a bunch of bands do this, and I'm sure a bunch of bands call it that. But we inherited that from Carnifex, that expression. So about an hour before the show is when we all basically come together backstage and we put on cheesy 80s playlist.
Yes.
We another thing that we've inherited, but from another band, is we have a shot of Jaeger, which is something that we never used to do, except we toured a lot with Kelly Schaefer from Atheist in the past 2, 3 years, and Kelly is an excellent ambassador for the fine liquid that is Jägermeister. So that has become a part of the ritual, the power hour, a shot of Jaeger, maybe a beer, some water, some Red Bulls. We talk, we laugh, we listen to crappy 80s montage music, and then we get into the zone. And I don't get nervous and I don't really feel the weight of what I have to do until I put my pants on.
Yeah.
So that's how I text my wife, and I'm like, I'm putting the pants on. And it's like a relationship, a conversation that happens in my relationship quite frequently. The pants are on. So that's when she knows that, I'm getting serious.
For me, it's when I put the makeup on. The moment the eyes go on, and that death metal
Yeah. Oh,
makeup
I
goes
can
on.
imagine that. Yeah, I
And
can
usually
imagine
I'll
that.
send a picture to my wife, the same sort of thing, like, hey, I'm
There
all
you
geared up
go.
and ready.
Yeah.
And yeah, no.
Most of the time it's funny because I have the same pair of pants that I have multiple pairs of. So it's basically taking one, putting on the same pair. But it's like getting into the zone, preparing yourself. I what happens on stage is a mandatory self-expression of my multifaceted persona. I am a very calm Zen person when not on stage, but on stage I am very intense. And that is a part of me that has to come out. So when I am home for a long time, I do need to find a different outlet for that that is not yelling at my kids. So exercise and stuff like that, biking, walking, going into nature is a way that I sort of get that out of me when I'm not on tour. So that's what happens before a show in a Cryptopsy.
No, I love that.
After show is different. We have to list the mistakes we've made
Do you have any
to
like?
Chris
Do you have
to
any
Christian
white?
Donaldson. Because if you
Yeah.
don't tell him, he's going to tell you. And if you tell him first, he's not going to harp on you as much.
Do you have any warm down stuff that you do after a show, like things you have to do when you're on tour?
No, vocally, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I've been so lucky that very young I took singing lessons. My aunt hooked me up with this vocal coach very young. I was not even 20, and she was training me to her goal for me because we're in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And at that point in time, one of the major things that was coming out of here culturally in Montreal, Quebec was Cirque du Soleil. So her goal for me was to become a singer as a part of a Cirque du Soleil show. This is before Vegas and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe I should have listened to her and went down that path. So I have this like excellent foundation that I've applied to death metal. And I'm really the most reassuring thing that's happened to me in the past 5 years is I was on tour in Europe and we were playing in Rome. And my very good friend Enrico, the vocalist of Hideous Divinity, is also an ear, nose, and throat doctor who treats people with vocal damage and
Yeah.
issues. And he is basically building this giant research project on how extreme vocalists can perform without hurting themselves whatsoever. So he's like gathering all this, the data. He's gathering all this data by inviting friends over that when they're in town into his clinic, putting a camera down their nose and asking them to perform a song.
Yeah.
So I did Lascivious Undivine 2 years ago, and I watched my vocal cords perform and react the way that they do when I do my harsh vocals. And he was just like, "You're perfect. There's not a sign of damage." And I had been screaming every night with no nights off for I think it was 15 days in a row at that point.
Oh wow.
And it was just like this weight lifted off my shoulders, just a
Yeah.
sense of relief that I'm doing the right technique. There's never any issues. And it was another thing with my wife. I was always stressed, like, oh, the voice. I call it the voice. The voice is the voice gonna work? And then I would always be stressed before the first jam, first show, and then I would always text, the voice worked. So I don't have to do that anymore.
I know, I know my wife has just pesters me for 2 days before to start slamming as much water as I possibly can and prepping
That is
myself for the
important to
shows.
heart. Yeah, I do drink lots of water. I do drink lots a little bit less recently, a lot of beer. I have a had a craft beer podcast
Yes.
for 7 years, so it was a huge part of my identity. Still is in a more moderate, more responsible approach as of late. So I definitely do enjoy a nice craft beer before I go on stage, and that helps me loosen up a bit. And I try to drink a lot of water as much as possible. We have a little bit more of a lax set list since we're headlining this upcoming run. But when we do a direct support spot, we have like 40, 45 minutes and, so many albums that people want to hear stuff from. So I tend to not even have a break on stage where I can turn around and take a sip of water between songs. It's a lot of bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
or a speech. When they get a break, I'm talking to interact with the crowd. So I tend to train like a Roman soldier and try not to even drink water when I'm practicing for a tour because I know I'm not going to get that opportunity. But pre-hydrating is super important. And then there's that like stress of like the intro starting and you got to take a piss and there's someone in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's always that guy, and it's the tech, it's the guitar tech of the headlining band taking a dump, or taking a shit in that toilet, the one backstage toilet, and you're like, I'm gonna piss myself. And never mind, this is a real stress that I have before every show. And never in my life have I ever had to pee while on stage.
I always have what I would call my nervous poo before I go on
Oh
stage.
yeah, that's earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, usually it's I get the makeup on and then it's like,
I
okay,
have. Sorry, keep going.
yeah, get the makeup on and I'm ready now, and then it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, the body responds.
I have felt like I've had to on stage. That the pee, no.
Now you spoke about the podcast Vox and Hops. What was your biggest takeaway from speaking to all these musicians that has affected your songwriting?
Oh yeah, no, it's more not songwriting. I was just lucky. I was really much more of an introvert before the podcast, so
Yeah,
I can sit down now after having hosted 500 episodes and hold a conversation with anyone and not have that voice in the back of my head say, "What did I just say? Does this make any sense?" That is gone. I can ramble my way out of a lost conversation pattern and bring it back without feeling guilt or shame or anxiety about it. Obviously, there's still those moments of like starstruckness. You're still talking like when I had, let's say, Randy from Lamb of God on the
yeah,
podcast. I know him, I've known him for years, but I still get that like, it's Randy,
yeah,
feeling. And, and I know I don't need to have that, but it's still there. But I can hold a conversation with anyone. That's the biggest takeaway. Songwriting wise, I'm just so lucky to have Christian Donaldson in the band. He's a genius. I let him do what he needs to do.
yeah,
He lets me do what I need to do. I perform the vocal takes that he needs out of me. Lyrically, I'm mostly inspired by Lord Worm, to be honest. I think that he is one of the strongest lyricists in the genre. And that's something that really speaks to me and speaks to the band. This weird, dark sense of humor, of making things off and bizarre without necessarily being vulgar is something that truly inspired me mostly. And that
yeah,
came from just learning the songs and doing full album performances like we did with None So Vile back in 2017, and then again when we did the Blasphemy Made Flesh full performance at Maryland Death Fest a few years ago.
yeah. Now, I'd be amiss if, while we're talking about the podcast, if I didn't ask if you have any Australian beers that you're a fan of.
I've made a beer in Australia with
Yeah.
I should know this. I can't remember. I made 100 beers throughout the history of the podcast. I had one project in specific where it was all about mosh pits, and I made a beer with an Australian brewery, and I cannot remember their name, sadly. So I apologize to them if they do watch this. I do appreciate them being a part of it, and I should have done my research before, but I'm in pre-tour prep, and this is my first day of Australian interviews promoting this tour.
No, hey. Well,
What should I look for? What's
there are
going on? I
there
know.
there are lots. There are lots of craft type beers, depending on what you sort of like. You'll be able to find something that's going to suit your palate. Um,
We're the people that like craft beer and Cryptopsy are myself, Christian, and Oliver. Me and Christian are dirty haze whores.
okay.
We we like big juicy IPAs,
Yeah.
which you guys being so close, and there's Australian hops obviously too, but you're so close to New Zealand,
Yes.
and the whole like I don't know if it's like that in Australia, but here in Quebec and Canada, in North America, I even want to say. All of the IPAs are getting slammed with New Zealand hops right now.
Oh
It's like
wow.
the trendy thing to do. Love it. People love it. All of them. Motueka, all of them. And any Nelson Sauvage, all of them. People just freaking love it.
Yeah.
Ollie on the other side, and myself a little bit more than Christian, also likes a nice lager, a well-made lager.
Yeah. Well, look, there are hundreds and hundreds of different beers you could try.
Good. I'm
Wh
looking forward to it.
where I'm from in South Australia, Cooper's Brewery is like the big mainstream brewery. And their
Nice.
sparkling ale is what I would
Nice.
normally go to, which is
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So a nice, easy, heavier sort of drink. So
Perfect. I'm looking forward to having a few when I'm out there,
yeah,
getting me ready to get up on that stage and bang my head and
yeah.
honor None So Vile and showcase this new era of Cryptopsy.
Now I always finish these up with just a couple of little quick fire questions. So just yeah, off the top of your head, sometimes they're easy to answer, sometimes they're not. Feel free to expand on them as well.
Sure.
Who is your favorite band?
That's hard, eh?
It's very hard, and that's why I
That's a
always give that
hard one,
option to
yeah.
expand because sometimes you might need to pick three or four
It
different
changes,
artists.
right? There's like eras of my life that were just so important, like early, like Marilyn Manson in the 1990s.
Yeah,
That's and then me
yeah.
being a 40-year-old man now, I go back and still listen to it, and
Antichrist Superstar. I
that's
can still
it.
listen to
That's
that.
the one.
Yeah,
That's the one. It's so good. It's still so good.
yeah.
Love it, despite everything about him, but love it.
I
And his new
still,
album's actually pretty good too.
I'll never
Yeah.
forget because I was a teenager when that came out, and so I'll never forget.
Unbelievable.
There was
Yeah.
the liner, "I don't have enough middle fingers," that just
Yeah.
resonated with me. I was like,
Yeah.
this is fantastic.
That and the angel with the scabbed wing when he does the
Yeah,
that part there, it's the best.
yeah,
So good.
yeah. No,
So
awesome.
that's iconic, important, still important to this day for me. Discovering the gutturals through Cannibal Corpse's Kill, important for me. Like I
Yeah.
was already in Cryptopsy when no, I wasn't actually. That's not true. I wasn't in Cryptopsy. It was a few years before I joined Cryptopsy. Very, very short. Recently, surprisingly, really deeply enjoy the new Deftones.
Oh,
Um,
amazing! Absolutely amazing album.
the singles I was not into, and then just when the out like digesting it as an album
Yeah,
just blew me away. I really enjoy it.
I
So
completely agree.
yeah. But I've been like I'm all over the place. I put like my personalized playlist on Apple Music, and there's hardly any metal that comes up on there. It's mostly post rock and stuff like that. And I just love stuff like that. I love Zenness. I get enough extremity on tour. So, but the new Rivers of Nile is great. Um, the new Igor is great. The Callous Boys I really enjoy a lot too. So I still know what's happening, but I find myself wanting to listen to more Zen stuff. Oh, Ethel Cain. I'm so into
Yeah,
Ethel Cain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, my favorite artist of all time is Prince. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah. So
I just read Ready Player 2, and there's a whole like world in the Oasis about Prince, which is
okay,
pretty cool. And there's like a
yeah.
whole challenge where they have to fight the seven princes.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. But no, yeah, yeah. So I listen to everything and anything, as long as it's catchy. But
Yeah.
yeah, Prince in particular, for some reason, has just resonated with me.
And I do like Sleep Token and Ghost. I
Oh,
do. But
dude,
I
yes,
don't like
yes.
I don't like the heavy Sleep Token.
Okay,
I
yeah,
like it when they're just R&B. That's
yeah.
what I like. There must be bands out there that just sound like that, and I should just find those. But
Well, yeah, just listen to Drake or Rihanna.
maybe. I guess I should try. I guess I should. Yeah, because
I've
I'm
always,
like, ugh. I'm
I've
like,
always
ugh,
thought
but
with those
I
bands,
like
yeah,
it.
I've always thought with like Sleep Token, you could give some of those songs to a Rihanna or to a Drake and
Yeah,
get that,
I
and it
guess I should
is,
just go and do that and just assume my identity
yeah.
of I'm okay, as opposed to them being like the thing I shouldn't like.
Oh, there's some great bands in that sort of scene emerging at the moment. Presidents is another one.
I tried that. There was moments I tried.
It's
Yeah.
very, very pop. Another one called Breakaway
Yeah.
that I really enjoy as well.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
check that out.
some great bands. Um, what is the one place that you look forward to touring solely based on the food?
Oh, well, I have a big issue with that because I'm a vegan,
Yeah,
and touring and being a vegan is not necessarily the easiest thing.
no,
It's
not at
most
all.
definitely easier than it was for anyone else that did it before me. I became fully vegan in 2017. So the last time I went on one tour in the summer and I was vegetarian, and then I came back for the next tour and I was vegan, and my tour manager was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Um, there's nothing for you to eat. Um, that being said, Portland is easy,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I don't know about Australia. I was wondering about Australia. I know that what's coming up for me in Asia is not always easy, but I was wondering, I'm assuming that Australia and New Zealand will be easy. So maybe you have more
Re
information about that for me.
Reasonably easy, yeah. So not
Okay,
super
perfect.
difficult, but still the same challenges you'll find in any place.
Perfect. That's
Yeah,
good because it's just like certain areas. Some of the hardest places that I've had the experience at was in Japan because they won't alter a menu. They don't understand that.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you have tofu, you have vegetables, you have rice, just put it all together.
But no,
And
there are
don't tell,
some, you'll definitely find
and
like vegan and
perfect.
vegetarian restaurants as
Yeah.
well. So,
And I'm like, just don't tell me what's in the sauce. Because
yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
sure it's fish sauce, but I have to eat and I have to survive. So
yeah, yeah.
there's definitely vegan restaurants in Japan. People are going to say that. I have eaten at vegan restaurants in Japan, but sometimes it's nice to eat with your band.
Yeah, 100%. And that's something that with my band I do, especially try and sit down and have a meal, especially at band practice. And
I think it's a unifying thing that I learned very on with my first Montreal-based band. Shout out to Mike Marino, who plucked me out of obscurity and brought me into a Montreal-based band back in 2002, and we would always go eat together.
hmm,
It was and like the conversations, the planning that can happen, the sense of camaraderie over a meal is always something very interesting. Cryptopsy, we do that, but it's also over a beer, tends to be.
yeah, it's a family thing for me. It just
Yeah,
yeah, the band is a family, and so I want to have that family meal and spend that time.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. You guys will be out here from Wednesday, the 17th of December, playing Canberra, going through to Saturday, the 20th of December in Melbourne. Tickets are available now. Get out there and get your tickets. Get out and see these
Do it,
shows.
people. Come and
Yeah.
hang out. And my friends in Heathen Spawn are playing two of the shows, which I'm very happy of. I've known the vocalist Jim for many, many, many years, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on stage for the first time.
Yeah, well, the announcements have just come through here, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just getting those, and we cannot wait to see you guys out here.
Heck yes. Thank you so very much, Chris.
No, not a problem, mate. You have a fantastic day.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now transmit.